Hello, my name is Chris Fraser and I wrote the book Inventing for the Rest of Us. People ask me all sorts of questions about my book, so I decided to put this video together to answer some of those questions. A few years ago, I had a person come up to me and ask me how to calculate the volume of a box. They had the instructions written down, but they couldn't follow them. So I took them through the process and they found it was easy to follow what I said more than what was written. So I decided there must be a resource out there of some sort to help people go through these type of problems. So I decided to have a look at what was available in the way of inventing books. There are only two types of books I found. The first one was a book written a few years ago called Inventions from the Shed that was written in New Zealand. It was a pictorial about what people had invented. I had a look at the second type of book and it was how to patent an invention you'd already made. So I decided I needed to write a resource that people could use for any type of invention. The simple answer is anyone. It can be a scientist, it can be a backyard inventor, it can be a farmer, it can be a student, or it could be anyone who wants a mental challenge. It can even be for people who have trouble reading, and that is one of the reasons I wrote the book. For example, I have a friend who suffers from dyslexia. When he picks up any book, he can pick it up for a minute, read through it, and put it down, because he can't do any more. He picked up my book, and he read it for 20 minutes before he had to put it down. So, in short, anybody can read it. The secret to reading this book is to don't try and read the whole book in one go. Read a small section at a time, and just take in the information you get. The calculations take up about 1/4 of the book. The problem with many calculations written in books is that they're written by experts and they tend to forget that people trying to go through them have trouble going through and following the steps because they'll miss a step out somewhere. I have taken a great deal of time going through every calculation and making sure every step is there, explaining why that step is there, and how to go about going to the next step. When it comes to non-fiction books, the person normally chooses one subject and tries to expand it out a bit with rubbish to fill the book in. In my case, I've had to take so much information and compress it and make everything readable. I have a technical degree in chemistry. I have spent 30 years in the science field as a technical writer, and I have spent 20 years in quality systems where I've been certified internationally as competent in those quality systems. A couple of examples of how my book has helped people. First of all, I had a friend who's an electrician at work who had an intermittent problem he'd been working on for about 2 hours. After I suggested he look at my book, he read through the section on intermittent problems. Within 20 minutes, he had the solution. I have a second friend who was a captain on one of the Cook Strait ferries here in New Zealand, who took one of the ferries over to Singapore for refit earlier this year. One thing he did not have on board was a set of dew point charts so that he could calculate when fog was going to form along the way between here and Singapore. When he came back, he had a look through my book and saw the calculations in my book. It is also a set that can be programmed into a computer. So he now has it programmed into the computer and he has them available anytime he likes. At the moment, there is only the paperback version available, but early in 2012 there will be a digital version available online. If you're interested in having a look at more information about me or my book, please check www.inventingbook.co.nz.